I'm back again with another video. If you guys already know, I've been away for a couple days, but I'm back. I'm going to throw it back with 2 videos today. I'm going to do a transfer video and I'm going to do a preview later in the day around 10 o'clock. So anyone who wants to join me at 10 p.m. UK time for the preview, you can do that for the Crystal Palace versus Arsenal preview. And we will be also talking about a little bit of Eze, a little bit of Zaha, a little bit of Crystal Palace plus Arsenal and more with the team. But right now, let's get straight into the transfer news. First things first, you guys seen the title, link to Harry Kane. I guarantee you this is not clickbait. I'll explain everything. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll explain everything. Before we get anywhere further, I need you guys to do me a favor. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And let's get this show on the road. I got a bunch of transfer stories to get through. I'll get through all of them as quick as possible. But first thing I need you guys to do, smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And you already know what it is. EGTV. Let's get this show on the road. Bang. Yo, why do I always say bang before? Let's go. Now we get it started. Let's go. Bang. Yo, so what's going on, guys? You already know what it is, Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. So what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about Arsenal. We're going to be talking about transfer news. We're going to be talking about Berge. Arsenal made a bid for Berge, so we're going to be getting into that. We're going to be talking about Harry Kane, of course. Jack Grealish, it was trending on Twitter for Arsenal. Bissouma, there's been some news on the Bissouma situation, so we're going to be getting into all of that. But first things first, where do we begin? Number one place where I want to begin with a certain David Luiz. If you guys haven't already heard, David Luiz will be leaving the club very, very soon. He will not be at this club for much longer. It looks like he will be leaving the club sooner than later. Now, his time here at Arsenal was quite short. He's been here, what, 2 years now? Or am I mistaken? It feels like it's been longer, but it's only been 2 years David Luiz has been here. So David Luiz is the first story for today. I'll get to the Harry Kane story, guys. Be patient. I'm going to get to the Harry Kane story. But the first story of the day is David Luiz. So what we need to know about David Luiz, guys. What do we need to know about David Luiz? David Luiz signed in 2017. It looks like he will not be at the club for much longer. It looks like he will most likely be leaving the club, right? And the story broke that there's 5 clubs after him, right? Also, Arteta has recently spoken about his relationship with David Luiz, and you know what? This is quite interesting. What he had to say about David Luiz. Let me get to it. If you guys haven't already seen, I posted it on the community page, so I'm just gonna go there right now and show you guys what he had to say about David Luiz. Right? 1 second. So this is what Arteta said about
Arteta on David Luiz. I had the privilege to work with him for 18 months, which I really enjoyed. We had some great moments together. He has been really helpful, someone we really like and appreciate. So I just say thank you to him and wish him the best of luck in his next chapter.
Yeah, so Arteta is wishing David Luiz the best of luck, confirming that David Luiz is 100% leaving the club this summer. So Arteta has confirmed that he will be leaving the club this summer. That is, David Luiz will be leaving this summer. That is the first outgoing that has been confirmed by the club, and that's the first topic that we need to get out of the way today, right? Now, I see you guys talking about the France situation with Griezmann and everything else. You guys already know I'm a France fan. I support France, and you know what? We got Benzema up front, so we're kicking it over there in France right now. No issues with us. But let's get into this. There's a lot of news to get to. Where do we go from here? You might ask. Let's go straight into the Willian situation. If you guys don't already know, Willian has been struggling this season to get game time. Willian has not had a good season, I would say, at all. He has not done anything of note since he's been here, in my opinion. He has a lot of assists, but he's not really scoring the goals. And Mikel Arteta has notified that he's made a mistake. And you know what? He's ready to correct that mistake. It looks like Mikel Arteta is ready to let Willian leave the club this summer. So Willian most likely will be leaving the club this summer. Mikel Arteta has spoken about some things, but he has not confirmed or denied that he will be leaving, right? this was what Mikel Arteta had to say about the situation. Mikel Arteta, first of all, we signed a player with incredible talent, proven talent, uh, professional level in this league. This season has been very difficult. I've taken full responsibility because I have to be one getting the best out of him. So when he was talking about Willian, he said he takes full responsibility. Arteta takes full responsibility for Willian not playing well at Arsenal, and he's saying that the manager himself, blames himself for Willian not being able to get the best out of Mikel Arteta, not being able to get the best out of Willian. Now, this is not something you would say if you're getting ready to sell the player. You don't say, "Oh, I haven't been able to get the best out of a player," if you're about to sell him. Am I wrong or am I mistaken? I generally think if you're going to sell a player, you just say, "You know what? Bin him off. I don't need him." But it seems like they're trying to salvage the situation. And it seems like Arteta is trying to salvage the situation with Willian. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Willian should stay? In my opinion, I think Willian should be sold. But I want to know from you guys. You guys tell me what you guys think. What do you guys think about Willian? Should he leave? Should we sell Willian or should we keep Willian? That is a question, right? Back again, realist. Back to seeing Arteta waffle. What? Yeah, Arteta is waffling half the time, man. I switched off. I forgot he was our manager a couple days ago. Now, Willian, are guys in the chat? Should we sell? Should we sell Willian, or should we give him one more? Or should we give him one more season? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I generally feel like Willian has to go. Willian has set back our progression in the sense that he has not really brought anything for us. Should have sold him off. Should be sold off. Yep, I agree. He should be sold off. Willian, it makes no sense what we did with the whole Willian situation. It was just it was an absolute mess in the first place, in my opinion. It was just an absolute mess. We didn't get it right at all. We messed up from the beginning, and it seems like we acknowledge that we made a mistake now. We've acknowledged that we've made a mistake, and it's time for us to improve. Because if we don't do that, it's just going to continue to be a mess. Sell immediately, says Willian is shit. Someone says, Egal mate, had a good day out today. Big up to you, man. Willian, sell Willian, WSG. He's got to go. So Willian, you guys very split opinion on no one's really split on Willian. It looks like Willian was a big mistake, and the club has identified that they've made a mistake, and they most likely will be letting him leave in the coming future. It looks like he will be following David Luiz out the door, and he'll be the next one to go, in my opinion. So Willian, we already know Willian and Arteta's words on Willian, so that is pretty much done there. Now let's move on to the next topic. The next topic for me, guys, number 4. If you guys go to the comment section, you guys can check it yourself. My next one is going to be William Saliba. Let's talk about William Saliba. What do we know about William Saliba? Everyone says William Saliba was not given a chance by Arteta. William Saliba was loaned out. But what is William Saliba's future at Arsenal? That's what we have to ask ourselves. What is his future at Arsenal? What does William Saliba's future hold at Arsenal? Arteta hints that William Saliba could be a big part of Arsenal's future and be a big part of the first team now that David Luiz is gone. Saliba could be a massive part of the plans. So Arteta was saying that William Saliba could be a massive part of his plans coming this summer, and he should be. There's no way you can tell us that Saliba is not good enough to play for Arsenal. That's ridiculous. So Arteta provided us an update on William Saliba. The update that he provided on William Saliba is, let's go to it. The manager provided an update on the loanee, William Saliba, ahead of next summer. He said the young Frenchman is hungry and is a promising young player, and he could get into the Arsenal first team as early as next season, right? His loan over there at Nice has been quite well. He's been monitoring the situation, and he likes what he's seeing. So hopefully he can come back and implement his playing style and everything else on Saliba, and hopefully we can get the best out of Saliba. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't like the manager. I know you guys don't like the manager. That's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is Saliba. What can Saliba bring to the table? What can Saliba bring to the table? Now, Saliba has been quite impressive over there at Nice. He's been doing very well. And can he be the solution to replace David Luiz in the right flank? Could he be the future dare I say it, starting center back at Arsenal. Now, I know we signed him to be a starter. We signed him for a good price. We signed him at a young age. We expect more from him, but we just haven't seen it. So could this be the Arteta breaking the leash and letting Saliba have his reign? Hopefully, because in my opinion, Saliba's an absolute baller. I want to know what you guys think about William Saliba. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because what he said about William Saliba is what we all know. Oh, he's saying no future at Arsenal. Are you talking about Saliba or Willian? I'm kind of confused. Kind of confused right there. Went from buying a gem young player, being successful with those players, and buying well-known players. In my opinion, we should go back to what made us successful. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. Okay, I get that. I get that. Now, Saliba has no future. Wow. Why do you think that? I wonder why you think that, Matt. Let me know what you guys think about Saliba's future at Arsenal. What type of future does Saliba have at Arsenal? Let me know, guys. What type of future does Saliba have at Arsenal? If you guys think he does have a good future at Arsenal, let me know. If he does not have a future at Arsenal, let me know, because I want to know what the future holds. What does the future hold? What does the future hold for Saliba, guys? Arsenal. If you think Saliba will be starting next season, put that in the chat. If you think Saliba will be loaned out again or sold, put that in the chat. If you think Saliba's career at Arsenal is finished, let me know. What does Saliba's future hold at Arsenal for you guys? That's my question. Because for me, let me explain why I think William Saliba. William Saliba for me will be the starting right-footed center back next season. That's what I'm saying. I think William Saliba should be starting, and I think he will be starting next season. Let's be real. Okay, Arteta would try Kane at left back. Mikel Arteta does not want him. He wants an old head in defense. Interesting. So we'll see what happens. But that is the William Saliba conversation, right? Bringing it back now. What is the next conversation? We are linked to Neto. Arsenal is linked to Neto. Yes, Arsenal is linked to Neto. Now, we are linked to Neto. Do you know which Neto we are linked to, guys? Do you know which Neto we are linked to? Let me tell you guys which Neto we're linked to. We're linked to an individual called Neto. If you guys know who I'm talking about, put it in the chat right now. All right? So Arsenal is linked to Neto. So you tell me which Neto do you think I'm talking about? Because there's two Netos. There's two Netos that we know, right? There's two Netos that we know. So which Neto is it that we're linked to? Are we linked to this Neto? Pedro Neto, the one at Wolves? Would you guys take him? Yeah? Pedro Neto, right? No, unfortunately, we're not linked to him. We're linked to this Neto. This is the Neto we're linked to. He is the goalkeeper currently at Barcelona. He's the backup goalkeeper at Barcelona. He's the gentleman we're linked to. He used to play at Valencia. He actually faced us when he was at Valencia. He faced us over two legs, but we're not linked to Pedro Neto. It's this Neto that we're linked to. So we do know we have a goalkeeping situation currently where we are trying to figure out what we're going to do. But of course, Arsenal, knowing who they are, they're not going for the first the obvious option in the guy at Ajax who's currently facing a ban. Instead, they're going to Barcelona and targeting Neto. I don't know why we'd be going after Neto, but let me tell you guys what the report says. Despite the goalkeeper having a contract until 2023, the reports from Deportiva is that Barcelona have the Barcelona goalkeeper has decided to leave Barcelona and will be open to a move. According to sources, Arsenal could possibly line up for a move for him, and there has been no claim or a new contract offer from this side, and it doesn't seem like any interest has been made yet, but the link is coming from within Spain. So of course we cannot trust it. We do not have any direct sources saying that the club has actually made any offers or any bids, but we do know we are interested in a goalkeeper. We need a goalkeeper. He's an available goalkeeper. So 2 + 2 = 4. That's basically what they're doing in this situation. In my opinion, the Neto we should be going after is Pedro Neto. We don't need, if we're going to get a goalkeeper, we need a young goalkeeper that has promise. But I want this guy. If we're going to go after a guy named Neto, we should be going after this guy. And he would be an absolute baller. He'd probably cost 80+ million, to be fair, guys. So let's be real. We're never going to get him. He's going to cost us too much money. But he would be a beautiful signing. I would absolutely love the signing of Pedro Neto. But we'll have to wait and see if we could ever get that kind of deal over the line. It would be very unlikely. Now, what else is going on in the news today? There is other news. There is other news. If you guys haven't heard, there's been a little bit more news. But let's get straight into it. There's updates on Bissouma. What is the update on Bissouma, you might ask? What is the update on Bissouma, you might ask? Right. So let me give you what the update is on Bissouma. Bissouma update that we've seen is that Brighton have clearly made it clear how much they want for the player. They've made it clear how much their price is. They've made it clear how much they are willing to spend, and they've made it clear that the player is open. The player is open to a move, and Arsenal's interested in the move. Right? How is this going to work? You might ask. So let me show you guys how this is going to work. I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm going to show you guys the article that I've seen. Right? So Jan Bissouma was linked to us. Bissouma was linked today. So Liverpool and Arsenal, obviously the two main people in the driving force to get Bissouma. If Liverpool does put the money down, they're going to get him. But Liverpool don't usually like to spend 40+ million on midfielders in the league. Their market is, they usually try to find people who are undervalued, not people who are set at a price that as high as that. Right? So Arsenal want Bissouma, who is one of the major candidates for us in the long term to partner up with Thomas Partey. Bissouma has been linked to us numerous times, and he's being linked to us today again. Right? So here's Bissouma. So here's what the story says. Let me read it out for you guys. Right? This is the story.
Arsenal transfer target cleared to leave current club for £40 million this summer. Arsenal look to have been handed a boost in their pursuit of Brighton midfielder Yves Bissouma ahead of the summer transfer window. Arsenal are one of Bissouma's main admirers, and it seems he can now leave Brighton for a bargain £40 million this summer, according to a report from The Sun.
Yeah. Okay. So the report, first of all, comes from The Sun. We know we can't trust it too much, but what they're basically saying is Brighton have told us their price, 40 million. Oh man, talking about Naby Keita. Okay, my point was they try to find cheaper profile players. Naby Keita, when they signed him, was supposed to be as good as Paul Pogba. Let's be real. He's nowhere near Paul Pogba. He flopped. The same with Oxlade-Chamberlain, flop. You know what I mean? I think Bissouma is the perfect profile for them, but I don't know if they're going to spend the 40 million. Where Arsenal, we might actually fork up the money to buy Bissouma. I think it would be a mistake. I think Camavinga and Bissouma would be a mistake. I think we need to go and have a talisman. I would spend as much money as possible to get a Jack Grealish in, and I would settle with a second-rate player like Sander Berge, and even go as deep as looking at Sabitzer as goal scoring options, because we need goal scoring midfielders. We need guys like a Sabitzer. We need guys like Jack Grealish in our team. I'm not really interested in this whole Bissouma, Sander Bergs getting a bunch of DMs. What are we going to do with 4 DMs when we have no actual goal scoring midfielders? It makes no sense. Signing Odegaard, whoa, relax. Nobody's signing Odegaard. He's not coming back. He can stay in Real Madrid. I don't want him. Let's be real. He's been outperformed by Emil Smith-Rowe, and Emil Smith-Rowe is a much better prospect. Odegaard, 45 million for Odegaard, in my opinion, waste of money. We're better off getting Sabitzer for that same money. 45 million. Go to Leipzig. Tell them, yo, drop that money on Sabitzer. Give us Sabitzer. I would rather take Sabitzer than Odegaard any day of the week. Any day of the week. Camavinga, you guys are talking about. Camavinga. Yo, do you really think Camavinga is gonna accept a move to Arsenal? I'm sorry. He's not coming to Arsenal. Let's be real, guys. Let's be realistic. We're Arsenal fans here. We love our club, but there is no way he is picking Arsenal over any other club that comes in for him. That the major clubs like Real Madrid, any of those guys. And also, if he did go to Chelsea, guess what? He wouldn't even start for Chelsea. Chelsea would loan him out again. Chelsea would loan him out again. Like, it makes no sense. Let's stop talking about Odegaard. Let's stop talking about Bissouma. Let's stop talking about all these midfielders that are DMs. We can sign them. We can sign those kind of player. We need that profile of player. But my thing is, we need goal scorers. Let's get a Jack Grealish. Let's get a Sabitzer. Let's get somebody in the midfield who actually scores goals. We get Bissouma for 40 million. We don't get another midfielder for the summer. We're still fucked. Facts. Everybody knows that. We're fucked. If we don't get another midfielder, we're fucked. Anyways, let's get back to this. Bissouma talks. Yo, I'm okay with Bissouma. I would love to see him at the club, but I don't he's not necessarily my first choice. He's not necessarily my first choice. There's so many players, similar profile, similar build, that can do what he does, that we can get across world football. If we're spending 40 million, yes, he's Premier League proven. Yes, all that. But call me crazy, I would rather have Douglas Luiz than Bissouma. Just because if we could get Douglas Luiz for a cheaper price, he would also help us. It's just we don't need guys who are going to come into our midfield and not going to contribute to attacking third. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. We need guys who are going to help us in the attacking third and help us defensively. I would even go as far as saying West Brom. I would look at Mateus Pereira and be like, yo, drop a cheeky 20 mil, see if they give him to us. Just something. Just something. Guys saying Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz is not garbage. You saying Douglas Luiz is garbage? Come on, guys. Okay, maybe not Douglas Luiz. What about if we're gonna spend 40 mil, why don't we go to Villa and be like, yo, give us John McGinn. Give us John McGinn for 40 mil. Box to box midfielder that can score goals. Right? I want somebody who can score goals. I'm sick and tired of my midfield not scoring goals. Joe Willock is on loan scoring more goals than our whole midfield has done in 2 years. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, mate. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So for me, Douglas Luiz all day, every day. I'm loving that signing. I'm going to Villa. Yo, literally, I'm gonna go to Aston Villa's team website. Let's go to Villa's team website. I'm going to Villa and I'm saying, yo, I want that player. I want this player. I want that player. I'm just going on the Premier League website. I'm going on Villa's team and I'm like, yo, Aston Villa. I look at Aston Villa's team and I'm like, let's go to the players. And then I'm like, yo, who's on this Aston Villa team? Okay. So I see that you guys got Jack Grealish. I want him. How much? Okay. We can't buy him. He's too expensive. Okay. Let's go to the next player. Who else do you have? Because these guys just have players after players. We should turn Villa into our feeder club. Generally, we should just look at Villa and be like, yo, you guys now are our feeder club. Look at the players they have. Let me show you guys the players they have. We go to Aston Villa and we're like, yo, you took Martinez from us, right? So do us a solid. We're not asking for any of your defenders, although I would take Matty Cash, right? We go to your midfield, we'd be like, yo, how much do you want for Jack Grealish? They tell us 100 mil. We say, okay, we can't spend 100 mil on Jack Grealish. How much do you want for John McGinn? They tell us 40 to 50 mil. We say, okay. How much do you want for Douglas Luiz? They tell us 40 or 50 mil. Okay, so what I would tell them is, how about this? Give us Jack Grealish for, if you're saying Jack Grealish is worth 80 mil and you're saying John McGinn's worth 40 mil, I'll drop the 40 mil on John McGinn. If Jack Grealish, you're looking to sell him next summer, give him to us for a cut price next summer. Give us a better deal next summer. These three guys are better than all our midfielders bar Thomas Partey. Facts. You cannot tell me if we went to Aston Villa today and we went up to them and we said, "Yo, give us either one of these three," we're improving our midfield. Bissouma improves us, but these guys improve us more. The three, at least one out of three come to Arsenal, they improve us massively, massively. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but yes, Jack Grealish. Maybe Jack Grealish can't come to Arsenal. Maybe he won't come to Arsenal. Maybe he's delusional to think Jack Grealish will come to Arsenal. Maybe he's delusional to think Jack Grealish will come to Arsenal. Yeah, I hear that. I get that. But let me tell you something about Jack Grealish. He's literally trending today. He was literally trending today on Twitter. Let me read the report for you guys. Listen to the report.
Jack Grealish to Arsenal trends on Twitter as these fans respond to transfer prediction. Jack Grealish to Arsenal is trending on Twitter this morning, and we don't blame you if you're a bit confused. The Aston Villa captain is one of the finest players in the Premier League and is bound to be the subject of much transfer gossip over the coming months, but it would be a bit of a surprise to see him move to Arsenal.
Listen, I get it. It's I'm absolutely delusional if I think Jack Grealish is gonna come to Arsenal, right? I'm absolutely crazy. Woo! I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I actually believe there is a chance for the club to get him. How much do we need to spend to get Jack Grealish? How much do we actually need to spend to get Jack Grealish? How much do we need to take out of our pockets to put into Jack Grealish signing? Realistically, how much? Respectfully, I'm going to tell everybody who thinks Jack Grealish to Arsenal is never going to happen. You need to get yourself checked out, because Arsenal can sign Jack Grealish. Will we sign Jack Grealish is a different question. Will he come to Arsenal? That's not the question. The question is, can we do it? Yes, we can. Will we do it is a different question. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Do you hear me? Because a lot of people say, will we do it? 70 million, my guy says. 70 million. Okay. 70 million? Do you want 70 million? Take that. Take that. Why are we spending? I don't get it. Why are we spending 35 million on a right back when we can get a South American right back who does the job just as good as Max Aarons and these other mans? We get him for 5 million from South America, whatever that guy that I was telling you guys about. We go and get that South American Donny from River Plate, and I'm telling you, he's just as good as all these other right backs. And we get ourselves a midfielder who guarantees us goals, assists, everything. If we can go to Aston Villa and we can tell them, yo, 120 mil. Nah, that's ridiculous. 110 mil. How much do we have in our transfer budget? Do you think? How much do we have in our transfer budget? How much are we going to have this summer? Because we need a right back. We need at least 2 midfielders minimum. We need a backup left back. We need a backup goalkeeper. We need so many positions. How are we going to get it done? How? Right? We need to have these conversations. We need to understand how we're going to do this. Right? That's what I'm thinking right now. How are we going to do this? How much money could we actually spend? How much money do you think Arsenal will actually spend this summer? We should have at least 250 max. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not spending over 60 million for Jack Grealish. Berge isn't a good enough player. Bissouma is the link we need. Interesting. So you're not willing to spend more than 60 million on Jack Grealish? Really? Hear me out. We need an attacking option, right? Get Memphis Depay on a cheap. Okay? Get the guy from Celtic, Usman Edwards, right? That's 2 attacking options. You bring them in for a total of 30 million. You don't need to invest in that attack again for the rest of the season, right? Defensively, you need a right back. I would go and get a South American Don from one of Edu's connections. Get a South American guy that plays for River Plate, who's highly rated as one of the best right backs in South America, who plays for Argentina. Get him in, right? I'll get his name up later and I'll show you guys who I'm talking about. And when it comes to the midfield, I would go and I'll get a Sander Berge and get Grealish. Or if I'm not going to get Sander Berge and Grealish, I would get someone like Sabitzer, or get someone like Sabitzer and get a higher level DM or deep line playmaker than Sander Berge. In my opinion, if we're not going to get Grealish, we need to go to Sabitzer. If we're not going to get Sabitzer, we need to go get somebody of their level who can get goals and assists and improve our attack. That's what we need. We cannot play around with this dumb team no more. The team needs goals, and Bissouma, for me, is not contributing to our attack. He can win the ball high up the pitch, but he's not going to contribute to our attack. One person who would contribute to our attack is if we somehow got Harry Kane. But we know that's not going to happen, is it? We know Harry Kane's not going to happen, is it? But hey, there was a link today. The most absurd link ever. Absurd link. The most absurd link ever. You guys are going to laugh. You guys are going to laugh. Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. Today, Arteta was asked about Harry Kane. Literally. In his interview, he was asked about Harry Kane. It was the funniest thing ever. It was the funniest thing ever. So let's entertain this for a second. We'll get back to serious talk in a second after this, but let's just entertain this. So Harry Kane to Arsenal. What actually took place in this article, right? So from what I've read, Arteta was asked about Harry Kane, right? Arteta was asked the bizarre question whether Harry Kane signing could ever actually happen. Now let's just take this in for a second. Let's just take this in for a second. Yo, Corey, why are you not a mod? That's true. Corey's a mod anyways. Yo, so yeah, I don't know why people think this is even funny. Realistically, it's never going to happen. I know that. But Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan, right? We know Harry Kane's past. We know who he is. We know where he came from. We know his roots, right? We know that he's an Arsenal guy. Let's be real. As much as he plays for Spurs and he became a Spurs guy, and now he's a Spurs legend, we know what's up with Harry Kane. We've seen him throughout time. But there was recently a press conference where Arteta was asked about Harry Kane. And what did Arteta say in this press conference? I'll get that up for you guys in a second. But before we go, let me just find the right picture. Okay, so Harry Kane, we already know Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world, one of the most overrated players in the Premier League currently. Let me just take a sip of my water. Yeah, thirsty. Now, Harry Kane. He's linked to Manchester City. Harry Kane is linked to Chelsea. Harry Kane is linked to Real Madrid. Harry Kane is linked to Manchester United. Harry Kane is linked to Arsenal Football Club. What is going on? I will tell you guys what's going on. Harry Kane was linked to Arsenal by a reporter who asked Arteta whether or not Arsenal should sign Harry Kane. Arteta subsequently said, "This is a bizarre." Knowing that it's a bizarre question, whether or not the club would be interested in signing Harry Kane this summer, Kane would. He basically said, "Kane, listen. Let me just play the clip."
Mikel Arteta responds to bizarre question about whether Arsenal will try to sign Harry Kane. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has responded to a bizarre question about whether or not his club will try signing Tottenham star Harry Kane this summer. Kane would surely cost absolutely huge money to sign this summer, and if he wants out of Tottenham it will be because he wants to win major trophies, and it's very unlikely to join the Gunners.
Yeah, so you guys heard it there first. It's very unlikely for this to ever happen. Now that we know that it's very unlikely for this to happen, and we entertained the conversation that the link actually took place, it was the silliest link I've ever seen. Arteta was asked whether or not he would fit at Arsenal. He said, "You know what? There's too many ifs. If it would fit or if it wouldn't fit, right?" But he was not disrespecting the player. He was just saying he was dismissing the possibility of this ever happening. And you know what? Respect to Arteta understanding that the fans would not really get along if he said some things that was complimentary. So he never really complimented the guy. He just ducked the question, kept it moving as he does. Now, where is Harry Kane most likely to go? Harry Kane, where next? Where next for Harry Kane? We're next for Harry Kane, guys. Do we care? Do we care? Do we really give a shit? In my opinion, these are the 4 candidates. These are the 4 candidates where Harry Kane would most likely end up. In my opinion, he would most likely end up in in one of these 4 clubs. If he goes anywhere, it will be PSG, City, Chelsea, Manchester United. Why are you ridiculing yourself? What? What is he talking about? I don't know, man. I'm just doing me, man. Okay, so you guys see this? All right. So these are the 4 candidates for Harry Kane, in my opinion. 4 candidates where he could end up, right? Now, what is Harry Kane's best fit? What is his best fit? What is the best fit? What is the best fit? Harry Kane, next club. Where would it be? Would it be Tottenham? If he leaves Tottenham, would it be Chelsea? Would it be Manchester United, Man City, PSG? Where would it be? Right? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. That's what we need to say to ourselves. Where would he go? Some of you guys are saying Kane to City, Kane to PSG, Kane to City, Kane to City, Kane to City, Kane to City. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Kane to cities. That does look like the main one. That does look like the main one. Hey, if that happens, it happens. But at this point, I don't know if it's gonna happen. One thing I do know is if Kane does go to City, we know what that means. If Kane goes to City, it's over. It's over. No more Kane agenda. He's just gonna score a bunch of goals.
Yeah, City won.
You guys seen that video? You guys seen that video with what happens if he goes to City? You guys know what happens if he goes to City. Do I have to play it? Let's play it. This is what's gonna happen if he ends up going to City.
City 2, City 3, City 4, City 5. Yeah, City 1, City 2, City 3, City 4, City 5. Yeah, City.
That's literally what's gonna happen. It's gonna be they're gonna be just scoring in triple digits, quadruple digits. They're gonna be scoring 10, 9 goals. I'm joking. Obviously, we know if he goes to City, it's game over. City is just gonna go from strength to strength. It's just not even gonna be fair. Pep Guardiola is gonna be out there with his cigar, like loving life again, if they do that. But what are you gonna do? We know what's gonna happen. Let's move on though. Let's move on. What's next on the docket today? What's next on the docket? So I've gone through everything. I've left this last one for last. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about him. Sander Berge. What's going on with Sander Berge? Huh? Yeah, are we gonna get him? Sheffield United, Sander Berge. Are we gonna get him? It's a situation where it looks like we could get him, but at the same time, the club looks like this is a little bit different from the club. This is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Let me explain why. I'm gonna put the link out right now, by the way, so you guys can join in. The link is coming in right now. Link is coming in hot. You guys can jump in. The link is right there. I'll be starting to accept calls. We've gone for 38 minutes. You guys can jump in for the last 20 minutes and we can just talk about all the transfer links. So what do we know about the Sander Berge link? What I can tell you is we know that Arsenal has made an offer of 20 million euros, which is 17 million pounds. Will it be accepted? It looks like it will be rejected, but we've made our first bid. What will happen in this saga? We don't know. All we know is when Arsenal starts a saga, it drags out for a long time. You guys want Sander Berge? Let me know. Am I pronouncing his name correct? I hope I am. But let me know, guys. When I found out we were first linked to Sander Bergs, I was quite happy because I think he's a decent player. He's good profile, young age, has a lot of room to grow, and he's a tall, big midfielder. We lack height, we lack mobility in the midfield. We lack guys who can get around and do stuff. And in my opinion, he's quite good. He's quite good. He's a squad player right now. He would be a squad player, but we lack squad. We're gonna have a lot of exits. I'm assuming we're gonna have a lot of exits this summer, and we're gonna need players in. We're gonna need players in. As much as you guys might say, "Yo, he's a squad player. He's not the best. We could get better." We're not signing a lot of. We're not signing 7, 8 starters. We need some squad players. We need some squad players, and he's one of them. He's one of them. You guys tell me what you guys think. Generally, I just want to know, right? Sanderbergs. What are we saying about Sanderbergs, right? Let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Sanderbergs. That's the question. The next question. But before we get started, I'm gonna add some people in. Let's add some people in. Let's get Sahal in. Let's get Realist in. Yo, what are you guys saying?
Honestly, man, it's just about Arsenal first. I believe that the Cronkies are just gonna do the same old tactic. We're just
Yo,
gonna.
man, you just always on the
bro,
Cronky
Igal,
space, man.
you know this is true.
Yo,
Why
Aaron,
are you lying?
today I'm just
Why are
gonna
you
keep
lying to
strictly on
yourself?
Arsenal
Why are you
fans.
lying to yourself? My question is, why are Arsenal fans lying to themselves, thinking the Cronkies will invest, thinking the Cronkies actually care, thinking that the Cronkies will do a good job this summer? You know what's gonna happen, man? We're gonna spend as much as we make in the summer transfer window on sales. That's it's gonna be our budget. They're not gonna give us any extra. They had multiple chances to give us extra. They haven't done it, and then suddenly they change their mind and give us money. It's not gonna work like that, my friend. So my thing is, we're
Are
not
you
gonna
sick,
spend.
man?
Yeah, a little bit sick, man.
Oh man,
Can you
get
still hear
well
me?
soon. Yeah, I can hear you.
So basically, I think the Cronkies will do exactly the same thing as they do every single summer. They're gonna cut Arteta's legs underneath him, and you guys gonna be shocked, saying, "Oh, they should have done this." I've been telling you, I'm gonna be telling you guys all this summer. They're not gonna spend money, Igal. There's no evidence of it. And this PR move they're doing, they should be disgraced upon themselves, man. You know they're not gonna spend money. Me and you know it. Why do we pretend that suddenly they're gonna spend money? And this is why I want them. Honestly, if the Cronkies stay, right, which looks like they are staying, right? Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they sell up tomorrow. But if they stay, that's why I said I'd rather get experienced manager in because experienced manager will get the best out of our players currently we got. Arteta, I think he will struggle.
Okay. Let me stop you there. Bring you back.
Yeah, go on.
What do you think about the qualities of the players that we're being linked to? I'm not
I
talking
think
about
okay. Let's talk about the players that we linked to. Honestly, the only player I think we're gonna feasibly
Troy
get.
Deeney in. Are you crazy?
Are we gonna get? We're gonna get Sanderberg. Sanderberg is the only player where I think the money ain't that bad. They got relegated, right? 30 million is not something crazy amount of money, right? So I think that he's one of those players that makes sense for Arsenal to get. But you know how we're like.
What qualities would he bring to Arsenal?
You know what? I watched him a couple
Let me
of
ask the
times.
people in the chat. Which qualities would Sanderberg bring to Arsenal? Do you guys know him that well? Sorry, Realist. Come back in whenever you're ready.
Okay, so basically, my opinion about Sanderberg, I think he is a better. I think he could be a better version of Shaka. I think he could be a better version of Shaka. Like, he has the passing range, I believe. His tackling ain't so bad. I believe he has some dribble. He is a bit like over. He's he's overall play. He's maybe he'd be better as a box to box than a DM. But he's been playing as DM in Sheffield United. So if we convert him fully as a DM, as a mindset, put him in the mindset of a DM, the only thing I think he lacks is the pace to cover the fullbacks and things like that. The pace will be the problem where he probably doesn't have. He's not Kante. He's not as slow as Shaka, but he's not as fast as a player that, like a Kante, like where he can just go up the pitch like nothing. So that's his strengths are good, but I think he needs more polishing. Like he'd be a great squad player on the bench.
Shaka copy. A younger Shaka.
I think he's
Come
better.
on.
I think
These things are not what the people want to hear, Sahal. Anyways, Gunner Express, what are you saying?
Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, I agree with Sahal. I don't think we're going to spend much money this summer anyway. I'm going to keep saying it because...
Whoa. Someone just said, reminds me of Declan Rice. What?
No, bro, come on. Just quickly before I go on the Sander Berge thing, just to back up what Sahal said about the money thing. Everybody's getting gassed because there's a report saying that they're going to spend 200 million, whatever else. And my instant thing is,
120 of it is paying back a loan that they took out.
No, I agree. But this is what I'm saying, Agal. How do people know this anyway? Because, someone's put a report out saying it's true doesn't mean it's true. We've seen this so many times. There was how many reports are going out? How many reports are going out a few years ago saying Arsenal have signed Higuain, Arsenal have signed Benzema? Have we signed Benzema or Higuain? No. So I don't believe anything.
Actually,
I don't believe anything said yet until I see it.
Gunnar, I don't want to interrupt you, but both of them are actually in the squad. You just haven't noticed them. We also started
not,
Messi.
man.
No. Gunnar, I've seen them, right? Messi's in the squad as well. Cristiano's in the squad as well. It's just that we don't use them. I mean, we bought all the big players, but Pepe joined us as well. I mean, all those players that we were about to sign, right? They're actually here, Gunnar. They're actually here. Believe it or not, they're here. In our dreams, that is.
No, but the thing is, again.
You had me. You said they're here, and then you said in our dreams, and I'm this guy's being sarcastic.
But the thing is, right, and again, I don't get it. I don't get it with Arsenal fans. We how many years have they done this? Oh, we're going to spend £4 billion this year. This year we're going to spend £26 billion. Like, bullshit you are, man. They'll pay off a debt that probably doesn't even exist. They'll just say they've paid off a debt. There is that £120 million debt. They'll pay that off. They'll say, well, there's your money. What do you want us to do now? We're giving you money. And at the end of the day, nothing will be fixed. There's nothing ever fixed. It's getting to the point now, where I think they're purposely taking out loans so they can pay them back the year later and try to argue that we've given you money by paying loans that we've taken out. Bullshit to the Cronkies. They're lying. And again, they haven't even said this. It's a report saying they've said this. So they haven't actually come out openly and said, we're spending this much money this season. We're actually going to pay off this. It's bullshit, man. But
look at the standards.
Keep believing it, man.
Look at how the standards have fallen. We're being linked to guys, 23-year-old defenders from Fulham to replace David Luiz.
Bro, when I saw that, I was fuming because the thing is, I don't believe these articles until I actually see the player sign. I believe that, though, because this is the kind of thing we're doing. We're looking at Joachim Anderson from Fulham. I bet he is a good player, But what people don't understand
we're not looking at Joachim Anderson.
No, I know.
We're looking at this guy.
Adarabioyo guy, but we were linked to Joachim Anderson a few days ago as well. That's gone quite real quick, hasn't it? But the funniest thing is, right, with me, is I understand that we want improvements. But getting I do think Sander Berge is an improvement to, say, an El Neni or a Ceballos. But it's like upgrading a trash bag by getting a golden trash bag. It's not that much better. It's just sugarcoating it. Yes, they're better, but it's not.
You're harsh.
We need quality. We need quality, yeah? And I'm not saying we need to go and get Kimmich and Grealish and Haaland. But there's better players. Again, I'm going to keep bringing up Coop Miners because that guy is incredible.
Sander Berge is good.
No, but there's better, man. Coop Miners.
Listen,
probably get
let me ask you what I said. Earlier, I said I don't want Bissouma because I want us to focus on bringing in a goal-scoring midfielder. If people actually think Joe Willock is going to be our goal-scoring midfielder next year, you're delusional.
No, bro. Honestly,
don't want that guy, man.
No. I'm not saying Joe Willock.
You don't want Joe Willock?
Hear me out.
Right? Okay. I want Sabitzer or Grealish.
Sabitzer's a great shout,
Bro, hear me out, right?
You see,
I'm saying it right now. On the record. There will be survivors of the summer exodus. I'm calling this summer exodus part 1, bro. Or everyone's gonna die, or some people are gonna survive, bro. And I'm telling you, Joe Willock is my top guy that I think will survive the summer exodus. I think he will survive. I'm saying it now.
I agree.
Wait.
I
what?
think he will, but he should.
Yeah, he was
Joe
Willock?
What'd you say? Joe Willock?
Yeah,
that's Joe Willock's reaction right now.
Bro, he's staying.
Yeah,
Bro.
but I agree.
Bro,
I think he will stay.
I am saying he's staying. He
He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
He shouldn't,
but
but he will. But think about it. Think about it. This is such a cronky move, right? They don't want to buy a cam, right? What's the cheapest alternative to it?
We have Willock.
Joe Willock that scored a couple of goals, got into form.
Yo, one second.
Yeah,
One second.
Right.
This is Reece Nelson's reaction when everyone else is sold and he's still here. You'd literally be shocked. Imagine Reece Nelson survives all of them.
Nah.
Reece Nelson's a sticky one, man. He's such a sticky one because
that one might be alone. That one.
But the thing with Reece Nelson is how it's a sticky one because he could be good, but we don't know yet.
I know, but if you want me to bet on it, right? I don't bet haram, bro, innit? But if you want me to bet on it, I'm betting on Joe Willock to survive the summer. I am betting because that is such a. We don't really need the cam, do we? And they're gonna probably make us think that Joe Willock is a cam. Joe Willock is not a cam. He's like a goal scoring number 8, right? That arrives late in the box. That's his specialty, right? And we don't even play with a number 8 anyway, so he's useless. So basically, that's what they're gonna do to us. Joe Willock will survive, right? And the rest of the squad, I have no idea. If you put, I don't think this summer will be.
No, but you know what's gonna happen? If we do sign Jack Grealish, everyone's gonna forget about Kroenke out, and this is gonna be the scenes on Twitter. Literally, everyone's just gonna forget about Kroenke out. They're gonna be going mad. Literally, all you're gonna see on Twitter, people going mad. No one's gonna care if we.
You know what's mad though as well.
If we sign Jack Grealish tomorrow, people are gonna forget about Kroenke.
It'll improve us, but it'll be the same thing as Partey. We've all seen the famous. Don't get me wrong, big up Troops, man. I love that guy, but when he said, "Oh yeah, when we signed Partey, top 4 solidified. That's it." Obviously, he was wrong, but this is what I'm saying. One player like a Grealish will improve us, but what people need to realize is, no matter how good you are, you could be Ronaldo, Messi levels. They can't get you what you want just like that. So we still need then the Kroenkes to go and get a right back, a backup left back. These kind of players, and they don't have to. What they don't realize is the Kroenkes. We're not asking for £90 million right backs. We just want a good right back. We've seen that there are good right backs out there. The guy from Wolfsburg, I've actually forgotten his name right now, but obviously Saliba season knows him. George. He's a great little right back, and he's probably about 25-30 mil at most. You've then got other Max Aarons.
You know who I want?
Expensive.
You know who I want? I want the South American kid.
But the problem is, right, with our fan base, right, and I said this before, we want marquee signings. We can't afford marquee signings. And we're going to do a stupid thing, as every summer we do. We sign a marquee signing, and we're going to end up regretting it. We're going to
we'll gas it up and say we're going to win the title or something.
No, hear me out. We're going to get someone like Jack Grealish, right? And we're not going to fill in the areas that we need, like a right back, a left back, a DM, midfielders. We're not going to fill those areas.
Let me educate people on who I'm talking about. But before I go, realist.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's not going to happen, so forget about it. What do you think about Jack Grealish? Not going to happen?
I think Jack Grealish is a great player, phenomenal player. But I think you're thinking back to the Wenger days where we don't need one player. We need about 5-6 players that are Jack Grealish's level. 5-6 players that elevate us. You can get. I think I echo exactly what Gunnar Express said. That one player isn't going to get you levels. Grealish and Partey in the midfield would be excellent, but if you have no backbone, or if you have nothing in front, then what's the point? There's nothing there. I think with the 80 million that you're going to spend on Grealish, you might as well spend it on 5-6 gems, and they could all perform at Grealish's level, but all in different positions.
Yeah.
So it's much better.
So I'm after gems. I agree with you. My gem that I want is I want this brother. I want this guy from River Plate. What's his? Let me get his name. Gonzalo Montiel. He is. What is he? He is 24 years old. Right. He's Argentinian. He's a right back. He currently costs between the range of 5 to 15 million. Okay. That's British pounds. Anywhere between 5 to 15 million, we can get him over the line. I don't know if he's played for the international first team, So he has enough caps where we can sign him and we don't have to worry about visa issues. He's played 6 caps for the national team, right? And at this point, if we were to sign him this summer, it would be after he's played in the Copa Americas or whatever. I'm assuming they're Copa Americas this summer, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
And so with that, he would have more caps under his belt, and then we will guarantee be able to sign him with no visa issues. He is 24 years old, right back, and he's one of the highest rated right backs in Argentina. So if we're getting young guys, we might as well use Edu's connections to get these young players from South America, bring them in on cheap, save our money. That's an extra 20 million that can go into spending on a midfielder. Now that we've saved 35 to 15 just by signing a midfielder, just by signing a right back from South America. And if you guys think this guy's skinny, that was an old picture. I'm telling you, this guy's a tank. Yeah, I'm not like he's Nacho Monreal's build, but like he's not soft. Like he's shredded.
I mean, the 2 young players that I want, if we're talking about that, I want Koopmeiners from AZ Alkmaar. 2 reasons. One, because of the team he plays for, there's no way that kind of caliber of team can demand any more than 30 mil for him, no matter how good he is. Because Alkmaar, yeah, they're all right, but they like Europa League team at best every season due to the way the Eredivisie works.
Did he say I sound like the Kroenkes? What do you mean by that?
Bro.
Nah, it's waffling.
But the Koopmeiners is a great player, man. And seriously, that guy would improve Arsenal.
We need to keep hold of Odegaard. Odegaard can leave. In my opinion, we should not be spending 45 million on Odegaard. That is ridiculous. Spend 45 million on Sabitzer, or take that 45 million and put it on top of another 50 million and get Grealish. No way we're spending 45 million on.
You know who I want as backup left back though? I want Josh Hoig, man. From
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who that is.
He plays for Hibs. I think he's 19, 18 years old. They say he's the next like the Scottish fans and that are calling him the next Tierney. But yeah, he's similar to Tierney in his play style, but he's going to be so cheap. He plays for Hibs, and if again we want him cheap, a backup left back who can learn off of Tierney. He can learn off of Tierney, man. He's Scottish. They're saying he's the next Tierney already, so we can learn off of him. Learn his best qualities and take over.
Quick question, guys. David Luiz, in or out?
Out.
In, but he's going, man.
Out.
Okay. Willian, do you think he's gonna leave?
Get him out, man.
Do you think he's gonna leave?
Just leave.
Bro,
leave.
I'll piggyback ride that guy to America. I don't care.
Immediate effect.
Okay.
Just leave.
How about okay, Sahal's back. Sahal, yeah, Willian, do you think he's gonna leave this summer? Yes or no answer, bro. Hello? Are you there? People in the chat, you can play along also. Yeah, okay, whatever. He can hear me. Sahal, I can't hear you, mate. Sahal's gone, ladies and gentlemen. He's underwater. Okay, next. After that, do you think Bissouma is gonna happen? People in the chat. 40 million for Bissouma. Brighton want 40 million, and Liverpool are after him, but Liverpool are trying to get him for around 30 million. Do you think Liverpool will end up signing him for 30 million, or do you think Arsenal will end up signing him for 40?
I hope they sign him, so we don't have to sign him.
But Liverpool are smart. They basically told Brighton, "This is our budget. If you don't want to sell him to us for 30, we're not going to buy him."
It's a hard one, to be honest. I've been saying obviously we need a player that links our defense to our attack. I just want Partey to be that person that just stays back, is a rock in midfield, that does his job like he did at Atletico. I want that link, someone that can build up that play from defense to attack, that number 8, that Aaron Ramsey sort of player that can also score goals. Man,
don't tell me you're one of those guys who want Aaron Ramsey back.
No, I don't Aaron Ramsey, no way. I'm saying someone that does the job that Aaron Ramsey did, but someone that can do a bit of what Aaron Ramsey did, but just offers everything, including defensive contribution. But for me, it's a sticky one. I want a young player, but obviously you want someone that's good as well. Obviously Camavinga would be a good player, but I don't think he will come. Bissouma would be a good player, but 40 million is too much for me. I think Sander Berge is an average player. I don't want him nowhere near this club, to be honest. He hasn't elevated Sheffield United in any way. I don't want him in the club, so it's a hard one. I think if we get the right player, then it's a good thing. But mainly I want a player that can let Partey do his job because I think Partey's been asked to do too much.
Yeah, you got my guy here saying Liverpool will sign him. Okay. And then what else do we have here? Cavani is the best striker in Manchester. Okay. That's not saying much because Jesus is not that good, and Aguero's been non-existent for a couple of years now. But you won't have to worry about that any longer when Harry Kane shows up. Now let's get back to the questions. So first question, guys. First question. We already know about David Luiz. We already know about Willian. William Saliba. Does he have a future at Arsenal?
With Arteta, probably not. I say.
Why?
I don't think. I don't know, man. Arteta, he clearly doesn't like to play too many young players at the same time. So I doubt he plays a young player in defense. So with
That's
Arteta, I think
ridiculous.
that's what he likes. He likes to play players that are experienced.
Yeah.
That's what he
I
likes.
disagree so much, but go ahead. What are you saying? Willis?
I'm saying Willian Saliba, I want him to stay desperately. I think he's a good young player, but no, I don't want to see two young centre backs start next season. I want to see at least one older head next to Gabriel. I don't want Saliba can start, but I just don't want to see two young centre backs because two young centre backs don't work in the Premier League. I think obviously Saliba was with Fofana at Saint Etienne, and obviously that works in the French league because there's so much talent. But you see now Fofana does bits next to Johnny Evans. So if Saliba does play, I want to see him next to an experienced Premier League centre back.
Okay. I just want to tell people before we finish the video, we're going to be doing a live preview tonight at 10 o'clock. So if you guys want to come back for that, and also Gunner Express, you're going to be doing something at 9 on your channel, or what was it, a new channel?
Yeah, it's on Let's Talk Premier League. It's Niall's channel. I think you know him quite well, Gal. But yeah, it's the Arsenal show. So go check that out at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Niall with 2 L's, that is, because he's always 2 L's. Anyway, big up to Niall. Now I'm gonna be back at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we're also going to be talking about the Eze links. Now, enough about Saliba. I want to ask you guys a couple more questions before we go. Are you guys underwhelmed by the Neto link?
Yes, I can't lie, I am.
Wouldn't you? Why is Arsenal so dumb? There's literally 3 available goalkeepers that make more sense. Go to Lille.
Bro, I'm not going to... I thought you were on about Wolves now. I was going to say, what the hell you on about? That guy's a baller.
No, go to Lille. Go to Lille as a goalkeeper. It makes more sense. Go to Anaka at Ajax makes more sense. All these other goalkeepers make more sense than this guy who's been a reject from Valencia, Barcelona reject, Valencia reject, and we destroyed this guy over 2 legs. We scored 5 goals past him.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Sillison went to Valencia, and Valencia fans were pissed, thinking they got mugged off.
Yeah.
Sillison is 20 times the keeper Neto's been. Ask any Valencia fan that prefers Sillison.
He's starting for the national team.
Exactly. Sillison's literally Netherlands #1 right now. And Valencia fans were cussing him at the start of the season.
For some reason, it's not working. What I'll do is I'll say, oh, it's working now. Yo, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's good?
Yo, Kevin Campbell, what are you doing?
Big up, man.
I'm chilling, mate. I'm chilling.
I can't get away from that.
How's life, man?
Bro,
what's on your mind?
Sorry?
What's on your mind? The Harry Kane link, the Grealish link, or the
the Harry Kane is impossible. For everyone who is feeling some type of optimism about Harry Kane, forget it. Because
Man City already
we're in a rebuild stage, and knowing what our ownership is like, they're not going to invest 200 to 300 million for us to be serious contenders. So erase that. Any hope, erase it from your mind.
Okay. Quickly, just move past that topic because you said erase it. Saliba, does he have a future, yes or no, at Arsenal? with Arteta as manager?
He does, but obviously, we've seen under Arteta this season where how he's mistreated majority of our players, and he hasn't he doesn't have an idea of what our strongest 11 is. But yeah, he has to come because we've signed him on a 5-year deal. He's spent 1.5 years out on loan, so he has to come because at the end of the day, the guy has completed his dream move. He's an Arsenal fan. He wants to come here and showcase his skill set. So Arteta has no choice but to bring him back and keep him in his plans. Let him have a good pre-season. But I agree. I don't know who said it on the panel. We do need a ready-made to hit the ground running full package centre back. And in my opinion, one of the most physical, dominant type of centre backs that I feel that we should be going for is Jimenez at Atletico Madrid. That guy is a right centre back, right-footed centre back, and he's South American. He's very physical. For people who want to have an understanding on what he's capable of, think back to how he played against Chelsea. Was it last season?
Listen, you do realize Atletico Madrid are not going to sell to us after what we did with Thomas Partey.
He wouldn't leave anyway. He wouldn't step down that big anyway because he's playing Champions League football. He's going to be champion of Spain in a few days. So.
Yeah.
But I agree though. He's a great player, man. But again, it's one of them.
No, I hear the logic. There's a lot of logic.
He's that mold or caliber or that level of centre back. I'm not if he's not available, we should be going
Can I suggest
and
something?
Finding someone of his level.
Just before you suggest anything, Good Express, I just wanted to show you guys. Remember how I had the Aston Villa website up when I was earlier? I want to bring that back up. I honestly believe if we are serious as a club, we should turn clubs like Aston Villa into our feeder club. Yeah. And we should be like, drop what it takes to get their midfielders. They got 3 midfielders right there, in my opinion, who are better than all our midfielders, barring Thomas Partey. Douglas Luiz, I rate him highly. John McGinn has more goals than our whole midfield. Jack Grealish has more goals than our whole midfield combined for the last 4 or 5. No, not 4 years. Last 3 years, he has more goals this season than our whole midfield has had in the last 3 years. That's mental. Let's be real.
Not even just the midfielders though. I'd take Martinez back. I'd take Konsa. I'd take Matt Target. I'd take Matty Cash.
You take their defenders too. You take Konsa.
Not Mings, but yeah, I'd take Konsa.
Okay, you taking him?
Yeah, I'd take Konsa. I'd take Matty Cash. I'd take Matty Cash as well. At right back.
As a right back, you know what? That's a 100%. Shout for right back, but they're gonna charge us too much for players. Ollie Watkins, take Ollie Watkins.
Maybe. If we got Grealish, I think he needs a Grealish to get the goals that he scores now. But if we obviously got
my
Grealish,
point is, guys, shouldn't we change our way of doing things and look more internally in the leagues, because that's what we're doing with Sander Berge.
No, I don't think we should.
Shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that, man. It would be too expensive. What we need to do, if we are serious, not serious, we should move like Leicester. Buying from the Premier League is too expensive. It is too much of a premium. We need to buy these players young before other clubs do it. Give them playing time. Give them regular football. Become like a team like Leicester. But we need to do it at a bigger level. We need to do it in a crazy level where we buy the best young players available at good prices and let them play for the first team. And then we can sell these players and then just keep the boat flow, because we're never going to be successful.
This is a striker. This is a striker. Okay, 31 goals in the championship. Right, he has 6 headed goals, 2 left-footed goals, 23 on his right foot. Right, man has a 28% conversion rate. Right, total shots.
Ivan Toney.
Yeah, Ivan Toney. What are you guys saying?
Yeah, I'd take him easily.
I'll take him,
man.
but we have more pressing issues at the club, to be honest.
Yeah, we got other. I would take him. See, that's the type of
But
player.
realist, we haven't been scoring many goals this season, man. We've got a lot of surgery to do on many parts of the anatomy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know Aslan,
because our forwards haven't, like, just as much as where Agal was saying our midfield haven't been contributing in terms of goals. Our attacking players, our forwards haven't been clinical as well this season. Do you know what I mean? So I asked Agal the other day. He said Brentford are in the playoffs. So in a best case scenario, as much as I would like to see Brentford in the Premier League, I would want them not to qualify to the Premier League so we could get Ivan Toney for a better cut price.
Let me say something ridiculous. Let me say something ridiculous, but it has to be said. If West Ham come knocking to him and they have European football, would he go to West Ham over Arsenal?
No, I don't think he would.
I don't think he would because of our name. That's the only reason.
No, I wouldn't even say that. I think he'll realise that West Ham will not do well if they're in Europe. You know, any team like West Ham.
Why
will
is
fail.
Ivan Toney overrated? Explain.
He's got 31 goals in the Championship. How the hell can he be overrated?
He's not overrated. My problem is we have 3 to 4 strikers right now. And as much as I'd love Ivan Toney at the club, you have Lacazette, who's probably not going to go this summer. You have Aubameyang, who's not going to go this summer. You have Berge going to sign a new contract. You have Martinelli, who can play striker / left wing. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think. Obviously, we do need goals, but
I got it. There's a guy who scored against us last time. We played him. If you guys remember who I'm talking about, West Brom, Mateus Pereira.
Yeah,
10 goals in the Premier League using his left foot.
Good
4
shout.
of them outside the box, 1 free kick, 6 inside the box. And this is a midfielder.
Yeah.
25 years old.
Bro, the issue is within our fan base, right? We've got to cut out this our noses in the air. This snobbery has to come to a stop now, bro. Right? Because when VVD was at Celtic, right, we identified him, but we didn't take a punt on him, right? And then we all know how that works out. He went to Southampton, and then from Southampton, he went to Liverpool and became one of the most expensive centre-back signings in the world, right? So us going for established or up-and-coming European players hasn't worked out, because when we went for Granit Xhaka, Mustafi, and a few other examples. So I agree with you, Agal. Like, we should identify players. Like this summer, I believe we should identify players domestically more. But if there are 1-2 players that we can add into the squad from Europe or South America or around the world, yes, if it makes sense, if they're the right type of profile player and they have the right mentality and attitude, I would go for it. But I would much rather us get more signings done from the Premier League and possibly the Championship. Why not?
Okay.
We've got to stop being
Azan, Gunner Express. I'm gonna have to go eat dinner and do some stuff, but I'll be back at 10 after the Chelsea game to do the preview for the actual game that we're going to be playing tomorrow. If you guys forgot, we actually have a game tomorrow versus Crystal Palace. So that video is already out on the channel. It will be at 10 o'clock. Set your reminders. And for everybody who's watching, right, don't forget, if you honestly believe we're going to lose to Crystal Palace after beating Chelsea, that's just the biggest Arsenal thing we could do probably. But yeah, stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking about the Eze transfer. We're going to be talking about anything that happens between now and then. There's always some stupid stuff that happens last minute before a video. But yeah, has there been any links to any players recently in the last 24 hours?
Apparently, we're linked to. I don't know much about him, but apparently we're linked to a Turkish left back who plays for Beşiktaş, and they became the champions of Turkey. He's a, I think, 19, 20-year-old left back. His name is Rıdvan Yılmaz.
Apparently, Arsenal stayed away from the guy. You know, the guy who plays in Shakhtar Donetsk, the Israeli brother.
Manuel Solomon.
Yeah. So it looks like Arsenal will no longer be going after him. And when it comes to Saint Maximin was linked to Arsenal also in the last 48 hours. But Newcastle would want Joe Willock plus cash in order for us to give.
Saint Maximin's a bit. He's a weird one,
bro. Right? He's a show pony, bro. He's a show pony.
He's a pace merchant. That's it. He's a pace merchant.
All right. Anyways, big up to everybody watching. If you guys haven't already watched, Eagle, are you going to buy season tickets this season? No, mate. I don't have a season ticket. I have a red membership which I canceled. Right. Anyways, big up to everybody watching. You guys already know EGTV. I'll catch you guys at 10 o'clock. Have yourselves a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys then.